Hello there, and welcome to Echoes of the Workshop. My name is James, and in this video I'm going to show you how to turn something you've most likely got in your kitchen cupboards into something you could use for just about any wargame set in the present day all the way to the 41st millennium. Let's have a look for some supplies. Perfect. So for this project, let's quickly go through the materials you'll need to make these shipping containers. Obviously, it'll start off with the T-blocks. You'll need some kind of adhesive. I'm using quick drying wood glue for these, purely because it was within arm's reach, but other adhesives are available. I'm sure PVA would work just fine, just probably take longer to dry. I'm sure hot glue would work as well, but I don't have one of those on hand, so we'll just be going with this stuff here. You'll need a nice sharp hobby knife or similar blade, a ruler, preferably a metal one if you've got one, and some regular old cardstock from some kind of packaging, and a cutting mat of some description. That's all we'll need for the build itself. I'll go through the rest of the materials later. So to start off, you just take said box and make sure it's glued shut so you have a nice solid base to work with. Once that's done, you'll want to make the frame of the container. And for that, I'll just measure the length of the box, and I'll cut out lengths of our cardboard at this size and 1 centimetre thick. Obviously you can make these strips whatever width you would like. I've just gone for 1 centimetre to make it simple. You'll need 8 of these in total. Once those are cut out, you just attach them to the box, just like this. Now, once that's all in place, you'll need some more strips of cards to make the ridges along all 4 sides of your container. You could, in theory, make these 1 centimetre wide. In fact, I've done that in the red container. I've gone for this particular build, I've gone for 0.5 centimetre. So you'll be able to see a bit of variety with the builds. And again, just space them all the way along each of the sides of the container. So now for each end of the containers you have a couple of options. You could cut out larger sections of card to resemble doors, or you could keep it similar to the sides and have vertical strips, as you can see in this one, or horizontal stripes. I'll do some horizontal stripes at 1 centimetre wide for this build, so we've got a bit of variety in our collection. Just cut and glue as you've done all the strips so far. And that's it, simple as that. But now we need to bring it to life with some paint. Now, I suppose theoretically, if you were in a rush to get a bunch of scenery done quickly, you could just slap some paint on a basic box, whether that be from a rattle can or your cheapest chips craft paint. That would be a way of getting lots of stuff done very, very quickly. But I think we can do a bit better than that. Before painting these containers, however, they'll need to be sealed and with a nice base layer. this will have the dual effect of, like I say, giving us a nice base for our paint to go onto, but it will also give it some more stability, make it a bit hardier, as these are gaming pieces, so it's probably going to get some rough treatment at some point. For that, I'll be using the classic method of equal parts glue and paint, with a little sand to provide the containers with some texture. Whilst the one I built is finishing drying, here's, and I've always wanted to say this, one I made earlier. So we'll just slap this all over and give us a nice base to work with. And there we are. Now once this is all dry, you can paint this whatever way you like. The world is your oyster, so have some fun with it and get some paint on there. For these particular containers, I've utilised some spray paints that I found on my hobby shelf. These are Army Painter primer cans, which I bought years ago for, I cannot remember what, they've just been sat there unused ever since. Now, if you have a quick look here, like I was talking about earlier, you could take one of these boxes, stick it shut and just spray it, and this is what it looks like. You can see it doesn't look great, let's be real, but if you were in a rush and you didn't really care about what it looked like, then yeah, that's what you can do. This is otherwise what it looks like. So what I would do, straight over the top of the primer layer, this is the I think it's called ultramarine blue, and this one here is called dragon red, I believe. Yeah, dragon red. And once that's dried, I've just gone over it with a quick sort of dark metal dry brush to make it look a bit more beaten up and metallic. There it is. To really take this to the next level, some rust effects could go on there, maybe some blood splatter, an aquila if you're that way inclined, or some heretical ain't-pointed stars. The only limits to this are your own creativity, so go nuts and have some fun with it. Now, in terms of build time, I'd probably be able to get one of these built in about 15 to 20 minutes. So, as I say, it's a very quick way of getting lots of smaller pieces done to fill up your gaming board. They're pretty sturdy, with all the cardboard attached to the sides and the ceiling and painting. It's pretty solid. Heck, I can put this ancient 90s full metal dreadnought on top and it doesn't give at all. It's not going to be as detailed and sturdy as some Games Workshop plastic containers, but for the price they charge, you can get all the raw materials you'll need and make way more than the 3 I think it is you get in the box they sell. So that's it, the very first terrain build on the channel. If you have any feedback at all, please get into the comments and let's have a chat about it. I would really appreciate a like on the video and a subscribe to the channel. I've got loads of ideas and videos in the pipeline, so stick around and see what's up next. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.